You know, thousands of people are expected to attend the Bottle Rock concert in Napa next weekend. And then there's the Outside Lands event that's in late October. Now, even though both events do require proof of vaccinations, doctors are cautioning there are some risks out there. Crown 4's Jonathan McCall live for us tonight with the warning. Jonathan.
Yeah, you know what, Grant, Vicky, even though we have seen plenty of folks who have been fully vaccinated, we've seen those cases of breakthrough cases from experts of the folks who have been fully vaccinated who have still contracted COVID-19. And getting a chance to talk with Dr. Peter Chin-Hong today, he says that despite that, there are still inherent risks that folks will have to be aware of, even though that both of these events are going to be outside.
Outdoors is much less risky than indoors, even in Delta times.
Looking for a return to get things back to normal, thousands of music lovers are expected to flock to Bottle Rock Napa Labor Day weekend and then to Outside Lands in late October. Both events are requiring visitors to provide proof of a vaccine or a negative COVID-19 test. It all comes as COVID cases continue to surge due to the Delta variant.
I wouldn't expect them to be terrible super spreader events, but they have the potential to be.
UCSF infectious disease specialist Dr. Peter Chin-Hong says the available use of vaccines will have a huge impact. Nearly 400,000 people attended Lollapalooza in Chicago back in July. Just over 200 cases were linked back to the event, which also required proof. Chin-Hong, though, still warns of risk, even with the requirements from organizers. He warns those with weakened immune systems or underlying medical conditions, even fully vaccinated, should be careful.
And being careful means staying away from other noses and mouths for a long time, if at all possible. Maybe wearing a mask, and maybe temporarily wearing that mask when a crowd approaches and then taking it back off.
The other place of concern during these large events, the two main places where he says people gather.
Things to watch out for with crowds, even with an outdoor festival, are concessions and going to the bathroom. I think those are the places where you might want to be extra careful and wear that mask.
A lot of folks will definitely be heeding those warnings as they attend those festivals. I want to show you really quick both things that you need to know if you are headed to Bottle Rock next weekend in Napa. You definitely will have to have proof of vaccination, full vaccination, or you will have to provide a COVID-19 test within 72 hours of arrival. Also, if you are going to go to Outside Lands in October, not only do you have to have, you have to have at least a COVID-19 test that you have to have within 72 hours. You also have to be fully vaccinated, but if you are fully vaccinated, you have to have your second dose 2 weeks prior to the event starting, which means you have to be fully vaccinated by at least October 15th. That's because the event kicks off on October 29th. Dr. Peter Chin-Hong says if you are still cautious about whether or not you're infected even afterwards, he says the best advice is to go and get a COVID test about 3 to 4 days afterward, just to make sure that you're okay. We're live tonight in the city. Jonathan McCall, Crown 4 News.
Yeah.